Have you ever walked into a cafe, seen a friend, and suddenly realized you don't know how to keep the conversation going past hello? It's a common struggle. You know the textbook phrases, but real life feels different. It feels faster. It feels casual. To truly master a language, you can't just memorize words. You have to understand the flow, the small talk, and the natural reactions native speakers use. In this lesson, we are going to break down a complete interaction between two friends meeting for coffee. We'll look at how they greet each other, how they order food, and how they transition from topic to topic, from sleep habits to hobbies. Let's dive in. To start, let's look at how we get someone's attention. In our story today, Emma spots Liam first. She doesn't just wave silently, she uses a directional phrase. Over here. This is perfect for crowded places. And notice Liam's reaction. He doesn't just say hi, he adds warmth by saying, "There you are." This implies he was looking for her, making the greeting feel much more personal. They immediately acknowledge the gap in time. You'll often hear the phrase, "It's been a long time." Liam quantifies it by saying, "Almost 2 weeks." Now, for native speakers, 2 weeks can feel like too long when you are close friends. This sets the tone. They are close, comfortable, and ready to catch up. The conversation naturally shifts to their current state. This is essential English conversation practice for beginners because it moves beyond "I am fine." Liam admits he didn't sleep much. Why? Because he watched a movie until midnight. Emma's response here is a classic piece of natural English. She says, "You and your movies." This structure, "you and your blank," is a playful way to tease a friend about a known habit. If your friend loves pizza, you say, "You and your pizza." It shows you know them well. Liam owns it, admitting he loves movies before bed, but he uses a very common idiom to solve his tiredness. Coffee will fix that. We often use fix to mean cure or solve a problem, even a problem like being sleepy. Now, let's move to the counter. Ordering coffee is a high anxiety moment for many learners, but it shouldn't be. Notice the politeness markers. Liam asks, "Can I have a cappuccino, please?" While Emma uses the future tense for a spontaneous decision. "I'll have a nice latte." She also pairs her drink with a blueberry muffin. When the waiter asks if they want food, he says, "Would you like anything to eat?" This "would you like" is the standard polite form of "do you want?" Once they have their order, they have to find a seat. This is a great lesson in using adjectives to describe an environment. They reject the corner table because it's a bit dark. They choose the window seat because of the light. But there's a cultural activity mentioned here, people watching. Emma says, "I like watching people walk by." This is a very common pastime in Western cafe culture, sitting, sipping coffee, and observing the street. It's what makes this dialogue so authentic. As they settle in, they discuss the atmosphere. Liam calls it cozy. Cozy is one of the most important words in English to describe a feeling of warmth, comfort, and safety. If you want to learn English speaking effectively, you need to use descriptive words like cozy, rather than just good or nice. Now, the conversation deepens. They stop talking about the room and start talking about their lives. This is the update phase of a conversation. Emma reveals a new hobby, painting. She uses the present simple tense, "I take a class every weekend," to show it's a recurring habit. Liam encourages her, even though he claims he isn't good at art. Liam shares his own update, jogging. But notice the contrast in their personalities. Emma paints to relax, Liam runs to feel great, even though he admits it's hard. This exchange introduces a fantastic phrasal verb and idiom usage. Liam mentions he was too lazy at first, but now he enjoys it. Emma jukes, "I'm too lazy to run." Using too before an adjective implies it's an excess, so much laziness that running is impossible. They make a plan to go together, but Emma sets a condition: don't run too fast. This usage of conditionals, setting boundaries, is key for making plans you actually want to keep. The topic shifts again, this time to the upcoming weekend. This is the future plan segment. Liam is visiting his grandparents. He uses a frequency adverb here, once a month. When asked about the visit, he describes it as peaceful. Again, meaningful adjectives drive the conversation. He doesn't just say it is fun, he says we eat together and talk a lot. Emma's plans involve the beach, depending on the weather. She makes a distinction about swimming. I mostly like walking by the water. This word mostly is great for being specific. It means usually or for the most part. Finally, they discuss evening habits again, circling back to the beginning of the conversation. Emma reads mystery novels. She finished one in 2 days. Liam calls her a fast reader. But here's the crucial difference in their habits. Emma reads to sleep. Liam watches videos. Liam realizes that's why you can't sleep early. He ends with a resolution. I need to change my habit. This entire dialogue is a perfect example of how friends flow from greetings to immediate needs, coffee, to the environment, the seat, to life updates, like hobbies, and finally to future plans, weekend. It's not a script. It's a tennis match of questions and answers. If you enjoy this breakdown and want to improve your fluency, make sure you don't just listen, but practice these phrases out loud. For more in-depth lessons like this, please hit that like button and subscribe to English Glow. I'll see you in the next video.